Chris, and the sponsors of tonight's event. Thank you also for the great turnout this evening. It's wonderful to see all of you here. You may know me from my family farm and my stall down in the downtown area, and my many community commitments. My personal skills and business experience will make me a good mayor of Kamloops. I want to be a part of City Hall that listens and acts for its citizens and public concerns. Going to 7 Victoria Street on Tuesday afternoons is just not enough. I will hold, for lack of a better term, Dieter Days to discuss your concerns. Whatever you want to talk about, I'll listen and follow up. I also want a downtown transportation plan that looks at parking needs and public transit. If parkades are needed, there will be more than one option. And as you know, I do not support a parkade in Riverside Park. As mayor, I will look into the water meter installation program, because what the heck is going on? Why is there so much misinformation out there about the wired option? Why is it so difficult to find this option on the city's website? I also wonder why going wireless, when health advocates concerned with multiple wireless exposures recommend we stay wired unless we're in transit. I will close with a game changer that is before us, which is the KGHM Ajax mine. There are too many what-ifs for me to support an open-pit mine that could harm our community on so many different levels. The mine does not fit with the vision that I and many others have for a healthy Kamloops, the tournament capital of Canada. If the mine is approved, air quality monitors must be throughout our airshed so we know if it's safe to even be outside. Over 30 years ago, I visited Sudbury, Ontario, and saw these air quality meters. It was quite disturbing. As mayor, I will work for you to showcase our city as a model in civic government. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Peter Milobar.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you everyone for coming here this evening. It's great to see so many people interested in local government. My name is Peter Milobar. I'm the current mayor of Kamloops, and I've been chair of the Thompson-Nicola Regional District for the past 5 years as well. I'm very proud of my 9 years of elected service in the city so far. 3 years ago, when I first decided to run for mayor, I gave it a lot of thought, and I thought, this is a very serious job. I shouldn't be doing something like that on a whim. This time, I gave it a lot of serious thought, knowing what the rigors of the job were, and once again, I thought I would really like to continue on for another 3 years, working for positive change in our community. I think the past 9 years that I've been as an elected official, I've demonstrated that logical thinking through. I've been able to build strong partnerships with other agencies out there, and I would like to continue on doing that. Projects like the Tournament Capital Center, the Arts and Heritage Cultural Plan, even something as somewhat boring as our sewage treatment plant, and working to get that down to as efficient and cost-effective design as possible, I'm quite proud of, and I think I've shown that I have fiscal responsibility. That doesn't mean free, that doesn't mean zero tax increases, it means that we're spending money in a wise way to make this city the greatest city around. And I think we're all here because we think it's a great city. And I would really appreciate your support on November 19th, and I look forward to hearing your questions this evening.
Next up, Brian Alexander.
Hello, I'm Brian Alexander. Currently the hype and all the talk is about the future, the 10-year plan, the 50-year plan. We hear all that all too common. And it seems to be all bureaucrats and politicians seem to like to talk about. Politicians are all too eager to advance on those plans without question. In my mind, in these times, that's a mistake. I believe the past has much to teach us, as we take for granted the fact that history often repeats itself. Indeed, there are a lot to learn from the past. Learn from those who have valuable lessons to teach us. Great teachers never die. In fact, we find their words become greater and greater representation of the truth. One of the people that I look up to and place great joy in learning from his teachings is Dr. Martin Luther King. I adopt his words and truth in my actions as he inspires me to be a better man, as he does to all those seeking truth, freedom, and justice. His words were, ultimately, a genuine leader is not such for consensus, but a molder of consensus. On some positions, A coward asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politics? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? Conscience asks the question, is it right? There comes a time when one must take the position that is neither safe, nor for politics, nor for popularity, but because it is right. And those are the positions that I take. Now let us ask the question, what is right? Is it right that potentially dangerous water meters be forced on the people even after a referendum was voted them down? Is it right the air is so polluted it often blocks out the horizons and causes many sicknesses? Is it right that people to be fined under bylaws with no warning for such things as water hitting the street? Thank you, Mel, just a minute. Sidewalk. When the Corporation of Canada waters the sidewalks constantly.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Brian. Next up, Gordon Chow.
My name is Gordon Chow. My name is Gordon Chow, and the reason why I would like you to elect me as mayor is because I've been thinking of the idea, what should we do about camels in the next 5 years, okay? Why do we want to have this community? Why is it, for example, I get really upset about the idea of having the Thompson Valley University get, they're going to produce a law school up here when we should have maybe a technical school for the nurses and doctors, okay? How many people here, raise your hands, don't have a family doctor? Okay? And also, I'd like to kind of get rid of the interior health and replace it by the hospital board that we used to have before. And that will allow us to have a better understanding of what the community needs are. And also, the interior health at that time period tried to kick out the ladies' auxiliary at the time, and I was against that. I was against the idea of having them to give the cancer clinic to Kelowna. I was, okay, now let's get on to the little bit of other things that, for me, that the way I look at it, okay? 50 years ago, we had logging, ranching, we had the railroads, we had the Trans-Canada Highway, we had those means to give us our community. But right now, we're living in the idea of Vancouver's house flipping in. We can't do that anymore. We need to have this